Hey everybody, this is Chris McConaughey, aka K-Mac. It's probably the first of many videos, hopefully, to get posted in the future. I will admit this is a complete impromptu video. I've been kind of wanting to do a thing where I post a new video every day. Probably not going to happen, but I'm going to try as hard as possible, posting probably just random stuff just to fill in between the days of actual planned stuff. So today I want to post something pretty much as things that matter to me today. And yes, I admit I pretty much stole this idea from people like Philip DeFranco, complete with jump cuts. So one of the first things I want to talk about today is Community. Now, it's fair to say I'm a huge Community fan. I pretty much have all the episodes on my computer, and I've pretty much been an avid follower since a couple of my buddies introduced it to me a year or so back. So yeah, I'm a big fan, and I was not enthusiastic about the news that Dan Harmon had been fired just right after the end of season 3. It's fair to say I was actually pretty pissed. But a couple days ago, a couple articles started popping up online about Dan Harmon giving a couple interviews where he pretty much said, yeah, I would have fired me too. And he pretty much talked about his work habits and his interactions with a couple of actors without straight up admitting not getting along with certain actors. Anyway, yeah, he pretty much talked about his regrets of pretty much losing his show, and one of the interesting things he said in the article was that his theory about why it got renewed for a 4th season. And he pretty much just said that they were, quote-unquote, planning on quietly smothering it with a pillow. NBC said they might renew it for later episodes or give it a whole new series based on how well it goes, but given the fact that they moved it to the Friday night death slot, pretty much, yeah. I would have to agree with Dan Harmon's theory on the series renewal. I'm pretty much not down with this at this point. I don't know if I'm even going to watch season 4, because no Dan Harmon, no Community is pretty much my opinion. I would hope the new producer slated for the show could produce something of quality, but truth is I might end up watching it. I kind of want to see how far they can push it, just to see if they can end it properly, because to me, season 3 did a lot of cool new things, but at the same time, could have probably given it some closure if they tied a couple more loose ends. If pretty much season 4 is going to be the end of it, I would hope the producers would give Dan Harmon homage and try to give it a good run to the end by closing what Dan Harmon started with season 3, because I know there's a couple arcs I really want to see done more with, particularly the romance between Jeff and Annie. That was something I really hoped would get explored more to the end of the season. It got explored a lot in the first half of the season, but it kind of dissipated near the second half for other stories. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinion. I think the show probably has potential to do one final good run, but hopefully they just end it here and pretty much give homage to Dan Harmon. Pretty much say, yeah, we'll let it die peacefully. Just do one last good run and pretty much screw you, NBC. Next up, EA, because everyone loves EA. Sarcasm. Apparently, EA is planning on suing Zynga. Zynga is pretty much a social media game developer company. They develop all the games that annoy you on Facebook. Farmville, Mafia Wars, and pretty much all those annoying games on Facebook that all your annoying friends send annoying game requests to you, and you immediately push block on them. Thank you for that, Zynga. But as fail-worthy as the company's been, they have made some good money annoying everybody on Facebook. But as bad as Zynga is, the company EA has decided that they're going to sue them. Pretty much EA has decided that Zynga's game, The Ville, pretty much rips off EA's newly made SimCity Social, which has become the new annoying thing on Facebook as well. The irony here is not lost on me, and not lost on many other people, including Zynga, because Zynga pretty much said in an interview that EA SimCity Social pretty much ripped off previous Zynga applications like Farmville. So the fact that EA is suing Zynga for ripping off a game that EA made that rips off previous games that Farmville makes. It's Hypocrisy Wars. But what was interesting was that G4 pretty much wrote a really good article about the whole situation, and they made some really good comparisons mostly to the fact that games have been pretty much copying each other forever. Like, all the way back to the original Pong. I mean, God knows how many Pong consoles were there back in the day. And guess what? They were all made by completely different companies. One company came up with the original Pong, and then a million other companies pretty much copied the concept and made their own Pong console. God knows how many games ripped off Super Mario Bros. When it first became successful. Doom. God, how many Doom clones did we see after that became successful? Grand Theft Auto. Fuck, even Notch, the creator of Minecraft, noted some of the games that influenced Minecraft, which has become greatly successful since then. So, yeah, everyone rips off everyone. The end. This lawsuit is a joke, but, you know, EA's pretty much become nothing but a joke, ruining other good game developers. Yeah, I'm not even going to get into the Mass Effect bullshit. So, yeah. Yay, hypocrisy! But on to more happy fanboy news. Earlier this week, it was announced that Joss Whedon had been slated to work on Avengers 2. And if you're like me, you are ecstatic about this, because let's face it, Avengers was a pretty awesome movie. And everyone knew Avengers 2 was coming, but people weren't sure if it would be as good as the first one, or if they would even get the same people involved. And guess what? Joss Whedon's getting involved. So one of the main reasons, if you're a huge Joss Whedon fan like me, God knows we've been waiting for a moment like this to happen, because God knows Joss Whedon has just been getting shit upon the last couple of years with so many good projects made by him just not being allowed to live because of shitty producers and shitty television and movie companies. But finally, he's getting a break, and he's just making good money now. I mean, God knows how successful Avengers was, but now we got Avengers 2, and apparently he's also being slated to make a new TV show for ABC based on Marvel comic books, so wow. And if he can manage to pull off to connect it to the new movie, the next Avengers movie, that would be awesome. And if anyone could pull it off, he could pull it off. So, good news for Whedon fans, and good news for Whedon, because God knows he finally deserved to make some good money. But other than that, that's some of the things I found interesting today. So, thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, so subscribe, like, whatever, because hopefully more videos will come soon. This is K-Mac, signing off.